What if I told you there are countries in this world where Christians get free healthcare, free education, and real government benefits simply by choosing to live there? Millions of believers are packing up their lives and starting over, and the 6 countries we're revealing today might completely change where you choose to call home. Christianity is the world's largest religion. Over 2.4 billion people across this planet identify as Christians. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Not all of them are living equal lives. In some countries, Christians face persecution. In others, they are only tolerated. But in a few places, life is completely different. These are countries where religious freedom is protected, where communities are stable, and where quality of life is among the highest in the world. This is not a video about theology. This is a video about where you can genuinely build a better life. Stay until number 1. Because that country offers something no other nation on earth can match. Let's count it down. Number 6, Philippines. Starting our countdown at number 6, the Philippines. If you are a Christian looking for a country where your faith is not just accepted, but celebrated in every corner of daily life, the Philippines is unlike anywhere else in Asia. 90% of the Philippines' 115 million people identify as Christian. The majority are Roman Catholic. And this is not merely a statistic. In the Philippines, Christianity is embedded in the culture so deeply that it shapes everything. The public holidays, the architecture, the music, the school system, and the rhythm of everyday life. Churches here are not just for Sundays. They are community centers, social networks, and the moral backbone of society. But what makes the Philippines genuinely powerful for Christian living is what the government offers. In 2017, the Philippines introduced free tuition across all state universities and colleges. Every Filipino citizen and qualifying residents can now access university-level education at no cost. Free university, not a loan, not a scholarship, free. Healthcare access is provided through PhilHealth, the national health insurance program, which covers legal residents, including immigrants who join the system. For international retirees and expats, the Philippines Retirement Visa program is straightforward, accessible, and highly popular among Christians from Western countries. English is an official language, making the transition easy. The cost of living remains among the lowest in Asia. Your money goes further here than almost anywhere in the developed world. The only real challenge is, the economy is still developing, and the country sits in a natural disaster zone. But for pure Christian community, warm faith, and genuine affordability, the Philippines at number 6 is a compelling opening to this list. Number 5, Poland. At number 5, Poland. Poland is one of the most quietly extraordinary nations in Europe for Christians, and most of the world doesn't know it yet. Approximately 90% of Poland's 38 million people identify as Roman Catholic. But what makes Poland remarkable is not just the numbers. It is the depth and resilience of Polish faith. This is a nation whose Christianity survived Nazi occupation, communist suppression, and decades of Soviet influence, and came out the other side stronger and more determined than before. The bond between Polish national identity and Catholic faith is unlike anything else on the European continent. The church here is not just a religious institution, it is a symbol of survival, and in 2026, Poland is a full member of the European Union. That means freedom of movement across 27 countries, access to the EU single market, and one of the fastest growing economies in Central Europe. Warsaw and Krakow are now major international business hubs. The social benefits? Significant. Poland offers free public healthcare for all registered residents, free public education through university level, and perhaps most importantly for Christian families, the Polish government's family benefit program provides monthly direct payments to parents for every child. It is one of the most generous family support systems in Europe. For Christians who value conservative social values, a deeply rooted faith community, and real access to European opportunity, Poland delivers on every front. One honest note, Poland's political landscape can be polarizing, and language is a barrier for newcomers. But for those willing to integrate into one of Europe's most fiercely Christian societies, number 5 is a strong choice. Number 4, Costa Rica. At number 4, Costa Rica. Most people think of Costa Rica as a rainforest paradise for ecotourism, but behind that postcard image is something far more important, one of the most stable, peaceful, and deeply Catholic nations in all of Latin America. Here is something that will surprise you. Costa Rica has no military. In 1949, this nation made the extraordinary decision to abolish its armed forces and redirect that spending entirely toward education and healthcare. No army, no defense budget. Just investment in its people. The result? Costa Rica has one of the highest human development scores in all of Latin America. Life expectancy rivals many developed nations. And the National Healthcare System, the CCSS or CAHA, provides free or heavily subsidized healthcare to all legal residents, including immigrants who contribute to the Social Security system. Catholicism is constitutionally recognized as the state religion of Costa Rica. Christian values are embedded in public life, civic culture, and government. Churches play a central role in communities, particularly outside the capital San Jose. For retirees and Christian expats, Costa Rica's Pensionado program is one of the most attractive in the world. A modest monthly pension income qualifies you for legal residency, national healthcare access, and a generous set of discounts on services across the country. Add political stability, strong environmental protections, a warm climate, and a famous philosophy of pura vida, meaning pure life, and what you have is a nation built on values that resonate deeply with the Christian worldview. At number 4, Costa Rica is peaceful, faithful, and genuinely free in ways most countries cannot offer. Number 3, Malta. At number 3, the island nation of Malta. Do not let the size fool you. Malta is one of the smallest countries in the world by area, but what it delivers for Christians is larger than nations 10 times its size. Malta sits in the heart of the Mediterranean, between Sicily and North Africa. Its 500,000 people are, according to consistent surveys, among the most devoutly religious in all of Europe. Catholicism is written directly into Malta's constitution. Church festivals, known locally as festas, are not just religious events. They are the cultural heartbeat of Maltese society, celebrated with fireworks, music, and community throughout the year. Now here is what makes Malta stand apart. It combines its deep Catholic identity with full European Union membership. Malta offers free public healthcare for all legal residents, one of the most comprehensive healthcare systems in Southern Europe. Public education is free at all levels, including university. The country consistently ranks among the safest in the entire world, with some of the lowest crime rates on Earth. And here is the detail that changes everything for English-speaking Christians. English is an official language of Malta alongside Maltese. You can live, work, and build a life here without learning a new language. Malta's economy has grown impressively in recent years, driven by financial services, technology, and gaming sectors, creating real career opportunities while the island maintains its traditional, faith-centered social character. For Christians, particularly those from English-speaking countries, Malta represents a rare combination that almost no other nation can offer. A deeply Catholic Mediterranean lifestyle, EU freedom of movement, free healthcare, free education, world-class safety, and year-round sunshine. Malta is small, but for Christians who value faith, quality of life, and European access, this Mediterranean gem at number 3 is one of the world's best-kept secrets. Number 2, Australia. At number 2, Australia. Australia may not be the first country that comes to mind when you think of Christian living, but look past the surface and the picture changes completely. Christianity remains the largest single religion in Australia, with over 40% of the population identifying as Christian across Catholic, Protestant, Anglican, and evangelical traditions. More importantly, Australia consistently ranks as one of the world's top nations for religious freedom, political stability, economic opportunity, and quality of life. So what does free mean for Christians in Australia? Quite a lot. Australia's Medicare system is one of the most celebrated public healthcare systems on Earth. Every citizen and permanent resident has access to free or heavily subsidized medical care, hospital treatment, emergency services, and essential prescription medications. This is world-class healthcare, with no bill waiting for you at the door. Education through the public school system is free. For university, Australia's HECS Help loan scheme means students pay nothing up front. Repayment only begins after graduating and earning above a set income threshold. For many students, university is effectively free until their careers take off. Churches and Christian organizations play a massive role in Australia's social infrastructure. Christian charities operate the country's largest non-government welfare networks, running food banks, housing programs, mental health services, and disaster relief. Christian schools educate hundreds of thousands of children across the nation. Australia's cities, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and Perth, consistently rank among the world's most livable. Its immigration system, while competitive, actively welcomes skilled professionals, and multiple visa pathways exist for Christians in healthcare, education, ministry, and technical fields. For Christians seeking a Western lifestyle, world-class cities, free healthcare, and a stable, safe, open society, Australia at number 2 is a formidable choice. Number 1, Canada. And at number 1, Canada. If there is one country in the world in 2026 where Christians can access the most complete combination of free benefits, constitutional religious freedom, quality of life, and an open door to the world, it is Canada. Let us start with healthcare. Canada's universal healthcare system provides free hospital care, free doctor visits, emergency treatment, and most medical procedures to every legal resident. There is no insurance bill waiting after surgery, no medical bankruptcy. No choosing between your faith and your finances, just care when you need it. Education, free public schooling through grade 12. Government student loans and provincial grants make post-secondary education accessible to nearly everyone. Several provinces offer tuition-free community college for qualifying immigrants and lower-income families. But here is what separates Canada from every other nation on this list. Religious freedom in Canada is constitutionally protected under the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, one of the strongest legal frameworks for religious liberty in the world. Christians can worship, organize, establish schools, run charities, and live according to their faith without government interference. Over 60% of Canadians still identify as Christian. Catholic parishes, Protestant congregations, evangelical communities, and Orthodox churches are active and growing from Vancouver to Halifax, from Toronto to Calgary. And for those considering immigration, Canada remains one of the most immigration-friendly developed nations on Earth. Express entry, provincial nominee programs, family sponsorship. These pathways give millions of Christians from Africa, the Philippines, South Asia, and Latin America a clear legal route to building a new life. But perhaps the most powerful truth about Canada is this: it was founded by Christian communities, from the Jesuit missionaries of New France to the Protestant settlers of Ontario, from Ukrainian Orthodox pioneers on the prairies to Filipino Catholic parishes filling churches in Toronto today. Christianity is not a guest in Canada. It is threaded into the nation's DNA. In 2026, as religious freedom faces pressure in many corners of the world, Canada stands as the country where Christians of every denomination can live freely, build a family, access real benefits, and belong to one of the most diverse and active Christian communities on earth. Free healthcare, free education, constitutional freedom, open immigration, strong community. That is why Canada is number 1. And there you have it, the 6 best countries in the world for Christians to live in 2026. From the vibrant faith communities of the Philippines, to the resilient Catholic soul of Poland, the peaceful paradise of Costa Rica, the Mediterranean gem of Malta, the opportunity-filled shores of Australia and Canada, where faith and freedom genuinely come together. The world is bigger than the country you were born in, and for Christians willing to explore it, the possibilities are extraordinary. If this video opened your eyes to something new, hit that like button, share it with a fellow believer who might be looking for a new chapter, and subscribe, because we cover migration, geopolitics, passports, and global living for people who think beyond borders. We will see you in the next one.